We've got organMike with Ultima IV, Quest of the Avatar. Please do take it away, organMike.
Thank you, Ali. We are going to do some Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar. We are going to do no major glitches, any percent or 100%, doesn't really matter. It's faster to get everything anyway. Before I begin, I would like to mention that I stream from Treaty 1 territory, the place where I live, work, play. This is the traditional homeland of the Innuak, Asinininu, Anishinaabe, Dene, and Dakota peoples, and this is the heart of the Red River Métis Nation. And with respect and reverence, I would like to acknowledge the stewardship and care of the land by those who came before and the continuing struggles and challenges faced by these people, imposed by colonialism and its continuing legacy. The water I'm drinking, which I will be drinking heavily from, comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation, a community that only very recently, despite supplying the city of Winnipeg with water for well over a century, only very recently has had access to its own clean drinking water. So, you might hear that my voice is not exactly at 100%. I fought off a cold last week and have been coughing up the remnants of it for a few days, and then this morning I woke with another cold. So, instead of me at my usual post standing up strong and proud, you get me lounged out on my couch, laptop on my lap, microphone near my head. So please do tell me if anything about the setup bothers you. The music you're hearing is all my own compositions. I use it as background for games that don't have music, like this one. Speaking of this one, we're going to initiate a new game. We're going to start. The timer begins when I choose a character gender. Do we have a preferred gender from the stream chat, or a preferred name from the stream chat? I'm quite good to go with Fleet Fest. But if there's a preferred gender, I'm happy to hear it. Otherwise, my usual habit is to put my finger over the M and F keys and just sort of randomly drop one. Because my answer to that question is no, I am not. But, if there's no preferences coming from chat, it makes no difference whatsoever to the game. The stats for male and female characters are the same. The graphics for male and female characters are the same. It doesn't matter. Flip the coin. Alright. Here we go then. We will begin the time in 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. We start out by going for a walk in the woods because we do not like our day job. We find this weird blue portal. Stuff comes out of it. We naturally go to investigate. Something glinting in the grass. There's a book, 2 books wrapped up in a cloth map. One of them is a book of mystic runes. The other one is the Book of History. The History of Britannia as read by Kyle the Younger. And then there's my 2 favorite quotes. You sit back under the willow tree. You read the Book of History. No, really. Read the Book of History. Because even in 1985, no one read the manual. Anyway, there's a Ren fair over the hill. The haunting music draws you in. You stumble through it. They see the onk that you got from the portal, and they say, come on through. It's fine. You find an old traveler's wagon in the back, and the traveler invites you inside and proceeds to read your cards. These aren't tarot cards. These are the 8 virtues of the game. And they're usually set up like these little questions. These are meant to bring you, the player, into the game as the character, the avatar. This is the first game to use the term avatar to refer to the player character, and where that term comes from. So they're all very moral questions. After 20 years, you've found the slayer of your best friends. The villain proves to be a man who provides the sole support for a young girl. Do you spare him in compassion for the girl or slay him in the name of justice? These are all binary questions. But in this case, I'm not answering them as I might as a moral person. I'm answering compassion because that makes me faster. That boosts my dexterity by 3 points. I will always be answering honesty to a question of honesty because I require honesty to be a mage. And unfortunately, we dropped valor there. Honor versus humility. Any question that we leave out, you can see the black dots. Those represent the questions we didn't pick. The white dots represent the ones we did. Spirituality, please and thank you. Those 4 will carry on. The 4 we didn't choose will be dropped off to the side. We'll take honesty over honor, and I'll take spirituality over compassion to reduce a little bit of grind later. And then I have to take honesty as the final winner, because that determines my character class, and we are going to play a mage. So the world spins for a bit, and then we wake up here, turn off the volume so we don't get any sound effects. Somehow double tap the north key? Okay, that's the sort of run we're going to do. We're going to find the Rune of Honesty here and take the money. We're also going to come over here. Take the money over here. We caught a couple of acid traps to the face, but that's alright. And you'll notice these are not particularly moral things that we're doing. The goal of this game is to actually be a moral character. We have to be an example, a shining example of virtue. But we need money. And plus we need these reagents. And the person who sells them is blind, so I'm going to ask for 99 sulfur ash. She'll tell me the amount, and I'll put 1 coin in the coin box, and she'll hear it rattle, and she'll say, that's great. If you're wondering, this also is not great for my virtues. This is all of my stealing here tanks my honesty, justice, and honor virtues. We're going to mix a few spells. This is what they're for. We're going to mix some blink spells. We're going to be using a lot of those. Healing spells just in case. A couple fireballs. I'm only stealing a little bit from the blind. It's okay. Oh, and we're going to mix a couple cure spells. There we go. I only mix a few here because I'm now going to go out of this town. I'm going to head north here, past the river. Keep going north. We're going to use a blink spell to get off this island and go north. Use another one to get up here. What you'll see me do once in a while is check my virtues. West over to the mainland. This is a village called Vesper. I can check my virtues by pressing Alt-Z and then Control-S, and it gives me this little readout of 16 digits. Those represent the virtues in the order of honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, and then humility. Each of them 2 digits long. So we go to the arms place here. Now, we can't steal from him, so we're just going to buy 1 sling and a bunch of flaming oil. If you're interested in this game, it is free. It's on GOG. It's been free since the 90s. Buy some gems and keys. This person's in my way, so I'm going to attack him and run away. And we're going to take all the money here, too. Because I'm a jerk. Now the guards are mad at me. So the guards are going to attack me if they catch me, and that's fine. I'll just run away. And you might have heard me say valor is one of those virtues. It is. You lose valor by running away. But here's the thing. The game distinguishes between evil and non-evil creatures. If you run away from a non-evil creature, it actually does no harm to your valor and increases your compassion. So we're going to be doing a lot of running away from non-evil creatures to get our compassion back up. All of our virtues have to go to 99. They have to. That's just part of the requirement of the game. So what I'm doing here, I'm standing on a small patch of swamp, and I'm mixing spells. All the spells I'm going to need for... Well, not all the spells I'm going to need. I don't have enough reagents for that, but... A bunch of the spells I'm going to need. But can Dave even fly? He questioned. You'll notice at the top center, directly north of my character, are 2 moon symbols. They're slowly shifting. If you leave the game uninterrupted, they shift about every 3 seconds. I need both moons to be new, so I need them both to go black. And that will allow me to dig up mandrake root from this spot I'm standing on right here. Which is only found in 2 spots in the game and only when the moon is completely new. So we are good for spells for now. We're going to get more reagents in a bit. There's more blind herbalists we can talk to. So we just wait. If you wait long enough too, the game will pass turns for you. Real-time elements in turn-based role-playing games. And I'm just going to search like mad. It's amazing. Oh, I was going to say I didn't get poisoned. Of course I did. So we'll cast a Cure Poison spell. Cast a Blink to get over here. Nice, I moved 5 squares. There we go. That's where I want to stand. I got 16 Mandrake, that's good. Mix a handful of gate travel spells. What you're going to see appearing next to me here, when the moons are full, is a moon gate. They're this game's fast travel system. There are 8 of them. They connect instantly from one point to another. The first moon tells you which moon gate will open. The second moon tells you where it's pointed to. I need to mix more heals. Undead spells. So this moon gate right now is pointed to itself. That's fine. We don't need it right now to do that. We need it to go one more over. There we are. Blink north. Gonna step over here. Blink north again. I'm gonna stand right here. And just like last time, we're gonna wait for the moons to go new. What can be done too, you can actually close the game and reopen it after saving. That will reset the moons to both be new. Sometimes that's faster. In fact, it probably would have been faster here, but I'm lazy. That's the word. You can see my stats here. Hit point maximum. Experience 225. So, experience is a requirement for the game. You have to get to level 8. There's no two ways about it. You must. The size of your party can only ever equal your main character's level. So right, if I was level 1, I could only ever travel alone. If I was level 2, I could have 1 companion, like now. If I was level 9, I could have 9 companions. But level 9 and 9 companions don't exist. So, oops. Typing properly. Type a lot of bed. Feel free to join me in typing bed. See if you can keep up. I need a few exit spells, which take me out of a dungeon instantly. Need some up and down spells for movement within dungeons. So yeah, there are 8 companions, and you must have a party full of 8 people at the end of the game. You cannot win the game without that. So I have to get to level 8 to beat the game. Level 8 requires 6,400 experience. Yeah, we need some more heals. Spider Silk is very, very heavily used. As being used for both Blink and Heal, the 2 most commonly cast spells. Let's see, what do I need? Wind. So yeah, your level, to get from level 1 to 2 is 100 experience. And then from every level after that, it doubles. So 200, 400, 800, 16, 32, 64. The hardest monsters to kill will give you 16 experience. So while there are ways to grind for experience by killing monsters, there are better ways. We'll be doing some of those. Yeah, I want to refill my stock. Ah, shoot. Trying to talk while playing. Okay, now I need to buy some garlic. I'm going to buy it at cost. You might notice that my garlic stores are already full. But by buying at cost, I will increase my honesty, justice, and honor stats. And if I do it 49 times, they'll all get to 99. Number I'm looking for at the end of my gold is 29. It's an unfortunate reality that if you're going to speedrun role-playing games, you're going to be grinding. Normally this is all stuff that would happen over time. You would just sort of naturally realize that you shouldn't be cheating this blind woman. And one more for good luck. There we are. Yeah, you sort of naturally realize, oh, you shouldn't be cheating this blind woman, and you stop doing it. Pay what you ought to, and eventually your honesty will reach this level. We also need to grab the Rune of Humility from here. To get experience, oops. Let's kill you. Oh, I didn't ready my sling. Let's heal. To get experience other than by killing monsters. See, I just got 6 experience. We're going to leave that treasure chest there. To get experience by means but other than killing monsters. Anytime you find an item... I'm going the wrong way because I'm using an old route in my head. Anytime you find an important item, like I've been finding runes, I'm going to find a silver horn in a moment. It's right here. You get experience for it. We'll go get a red stone while we're at it. Go 2 east, 2 north, and descend down to level 2. And then we're just going to cast the Zed down spell until we hit level 7. And land right near this thing right here. Which is what I want, the red stone. And we're going to zip down 1 more floor, see where we landed. I want to go to this door down here, so I need to go this way. 2, 1, 2. Okay. Oh, can't go backwards. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to cast a quickness spell. Quickness is a really interesting spell. It grants you extra turns in combat sometimes. And then sometimes grants you a lot of them, like there. You can see it's still active by the Q that was sitting there. I'm actually just going to run away from this. These guys can't actually affect my virtues, so we're going to exit the dungeon. We're going to enter, going to pass a few turns and Zed down. And here we're going to go get the purple stone. Nope. East and then south. There it is. And we're over here. I need to get the white stone. So every rune I pick up gives me 100 experience, and there's 8 of those. And every colored stone I pick up gives me 200 experience, and there's 8 of those. And every major item I pick up gives me 400 experience, and there's 8 of those. You might notice a trend. Ah, I ran into the wrong room. Gotta get out. There we go. That is a very small chance that happens when you use the down spell. Ah, I did it again. That was just bad play. There we are. Heal myself, thank you. So you might notice that one of the walls just up here has a little white chip in it. That's a secret door. In this case, it's a panel that opens up another wall over here. Boom. It gives me a way through this room. Survive, please. Watching my hit points drop. Okay, we're out. Good. And there's the yellow stone. So now I've got 1,500 experience. We're going to head up to the surface and blink out of there. Blink again. One more time. No, MP too low. Okay. And we're going to head into Lord British's castle. We're going to start by punching Chuckles the Jester in the face and running away. This makes the guards mad, and as I previously explained, this is how we get compassion, by running away from non-evil creatures. There are other ways to get compassion. The most common way to get compassion for people who play this game normally is to give money to beggars. This is Hawkwind the Seer. Those are sleep fields he's got in his room just to annoy me. And just, yeah. So what we're going to do is pass a bunch of turns and talk to him a lot. Every time we talk to him, he gives us 3 points of spirituality. But we have to change the hundreds digit of our step counter before we can talk to him again and get the bonus. So what I'm doing is I'm passing a bunch of turns and waiting for my food to tick down. Food ticks down at a rate of 1 per 100 turns. 1 per party member per 100 turns. So it's really easy to just wait for my food to tick down, and then I know I must be in another hundreds digit. Hawkwind will tell us things about ourselves. Like, you can ask him about how you're doing in the virtues, and he'll say, like, okay, sacrifice. Sacrifice. Sacrifice is small. Give of your life's blood so others might live. Honesty. Truly an honest soul. Seek elevation. Go to the shrine. Yeah. You know, things like that. But I don't actually need to talk with him about that. I have this chart here. So I'm at 75 spirituality. I need to get to 90. I know I said 99. I actually need to get 89 because I'm going to break the Skull of Mondane the Wizard, which will get everyone, give all those virtues a plus 10. I went all the way to 99 with my Honesty, because I'm going to go to the Shrine of Honesty before doing that. Put me at 81. $84. So one of the things you got to watch for is the game does buffer inputs, up to 16 inputs at a time. So I have to be careful not to just overdo the passing. Boom. Should be at 90. Good. Walk back through here. The game will stop. We'll clear your buffered inputs if you ever change screens or, like, if you get attacked. We're going to find the Rune of Spirituality here. We're not going to take the Treasury. Partly because that might kill us. A single acid trap would wipe us out. But partly because we've already fixed our Honesty. We don't need to ruin it again. How's my Compassion doing? 79. Okay. And everything is forgiven since we moved up here. We're going to ask these guards about guarding. Are you the most valiant warrior? No, I'm not the most valiant warrior. To say I was the most valiant warrior, well, that wouldn't be very humble of me. So if you're ever worried about humility, if you're asked a question, just say no. That's the way it's set up. Any question that affects your humility, the answer is always no. Lord British gives us an introductory speech, then puts us at level 6. 23 dexterity, okay. Get out of the way. I don't like gestures. We're going to descend back down here, punch a guard in the face, run away. Take on these guards here. And we're going to go talk to the healer in Lord Bridges' castle. Because the only way to boost your sacrifice... Actually, there's 2 ways. It's not entirely true. There are 2 ways to get sacrifice. One way is to give blood at the healer. The other way is to die in combat. So if you lose a character in combat, doesn't matter if it's you or one of your companions, you lose a character in combat, you gain sacrifice. So we'll say no. Is it willing to give 100 points of your blood? Yeah, it takes 100 hit points from you. You have to have at least 400 hit points, so we're going to do the healing. We're going to get ourselves healed. They won't take your blood if you don't have enough. And that puts us at 90 sacrifice. And off we go. Oh yeah, the guards are still mad at me. We're going to pass this guy. This guy's here to warn us if we go this way. If you go through here, you can't come back, because this drops you right into the dungeon Hithloth. And this goes right down to the very bottom. I've already got yellow, purple, and red stones. I need to get... think. I need to get green, orange, and blue. Okay. Orange will take me to both of the others, so yeah. So the dungeons are all connected. You saw me use the altar rooms earlier. The dungeons are all connected underground. This is the altar room of love. Use a little quickness spell. Nothing that happens in the altar room affects your virtues, so I don't worry about it. So we're into the dungeon wrong. We're going to climb up. We're going to go north. We're going to go west 2, 3. We're going to go south 2, east 1, south 2. That is a Reaper. Reapers are bad news. So we're going to poison ourselves. And that may seem like a silly thing. We're going to throw some flaming oil at the Reaper. So the Reaper's a tree, so it's just going to sit there in the flaming oil and die. So why did I poison myself? Well, when you're poisoned in this game, you can't be put to sleep. Now, I'm healing myself because if I look at this here, I find a magic ball. It gives me 5 points of dexterity, 5 points of intelligence. It also takes 400 hit points away from me. We're going to cast Yeet Up. Go west to the end of the hall. Back up. And if I don't walk down the middle of the room, those hydras never get out. There's a fountain. There's another magic ball. There's a fountain. Now, the stats that you get from a magic ball depend entirely on which dungeon you're in. That was a gremlin. Gremlins are annoying because they'll steal your food. I want to go in here. I want to poison myself again. I lost my poison because I got put to sleep by a... here's a tremor spell. I got put to sleep by a sleep field, which is the only thing that can do that to you when you're poisoned. Whenever the screen flashes, that is the Reapers trying to put me to sleep. That's why I poisoned myself initially. To keep them from doing that. That purple field they throw, same deal. They're trying to put me to sleep. 1, 2, drink. And now we are going to descend twice. Peer a gem to see where we landed. West, 1, 2, 3. And change my weapon to the flaming oil. You see between the food and gold counters, an N has appeared. That means magic is negated. That's what the Zorn, the yellow-headed thing in the middle, does. I put up these fire fields to help me deal with all these monsters. Come on, Zorn. Thank you. Zorn's hit pretty hard, too. I didn't get to kill him. Oh, well. You go away. We need to dispel these 2 fields. And this opens this door, which gives me the green stone. We're going to yeet ourselves upward and check another thing here. I want to get to this ladder. That's the one I came up on. North 1, 2. West, north 2. East, down. Nope, east 3. Descend. And this will take me back into the altar room of love. I'm going to need to go... Okay. I'm looking at my stats because I want my dexterity to be greater than 40. The way the game is programmed, if your dexterity is greater than 40, you cannot miss an attack. This is greatly to my advantage. So we'll keep those gremlins from eating all my food. I'm going to pass a bunch of turns to make sure my magic points come back. Okay, and we're going to yeet ourselves upward. Where did I land? Yeah, so it's 3, 2, 2, and then 2, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's the orange stone. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Reaper. Six. Climb up. And 2 north. Cast a heal spell so I don't die when I touch it. There we go. More gremlins. Beautiful. Now I can't miss when I attack. So long as I have a target in line, I cannot miss. That is tremendously useful. Where'd I land? In the wrong section, of course. Climb up. Cast is down. Where'd I land? There we go. That will take me to the altar room. Once I kill the Reaper. Which one's that? Is that love again? Yeah, good. I leave this way. Back to Hithloth, where I came in. Head over here. And this will be the altar room of truth. I need to get the blue stone from... Hey, you might be wondering why some of these things are sleeping when I come in the room. Lots of it's dark going on, yeah. The game doesn't properly clear sleeping flags. A character that's sleeping... Eat up. Oh, what a lovely place to stop. A character that's sleeping has a chance of waking up at the start of its turn. There's a blue stone. And we are exiting out of the dungeon and blinking north. And this is the Shrine of Honesty. We're going to meditate on honesty for 3 cycles. So a character that is sleeping has a chance of waking up at the start of its turn. If a monster is dead, it no longer has a turn. So those gremlins that I killed, they kept their sleep flag. So when those monster slots were filled the next time I had monsters in the fight, they were asleep. Same thing goes if you leave the room or the fight. So I have 99 honesty. This is going to give me partial avatar hood in honesty. You're going to see a mark appear here between the food and gold. Oh, pardon me. That That's the remnant of the last cold I was telling you about. Okay, now we're going to use a gate travel spell. Make sure I've got enough magic points for it to travel to gate number 1. This is just west of where we started. We're sitting right at the moon gate for the new moon. And when both moons are new, the moon gate for the new moon has in it the black stone, which we need right at the end of the game. Very easy to forget because you don't need it until the very end of the game. And I think everyone who's speedrun this has at some point made that mistake. We'll head into the library here, get the Book of Truth. Funny, if you ask this guy, you know, I'm looking for a book. He's a librarian. Are you looking for a particular book? Yes. Which book? Truth. Look under T. Well, yeah. That's where you find the Book of Truth. Okay, now I'm going to go ship grind. So we wait here for a boat. The only way to get a boat in this game is for pirates to show up. Wow! I was not expecting them to pop up that quick. That's great. I have spent on the order of like tens of minutes waiting for them sometimes. Yesterday when I was derusting, I got so tired of waiting for them that I started playing with a storm. There's the Bell of Courage, in case you were wondering. So the game also has, in addition to monsters that appear on the seas, the game also can generate storms and whirlpools. And I get an inordinate number of storms and whirlpools, like a ridiculous amount of them. It's a running joke among the community. How many of those I get? So yesterday I had both a storm and a whirlpool hanging around, and I decided, well, one of the things you can do because of the quirk of the game engine, the storm is a free tile. You can stand on it. Because that's how it hits you. It lands on you and hits you. And then the storm is a free tile, so you can walk on it, even if it's on a tile you can't walk on. So I was using it to walk out over the water, just for fun, because I was bored and I wasn't seeing a ship. So I walked out to the middle of the ocean and then let a whirlpool come along and take me. We need both moons to be new to find the skull of the wizard Mondaine. Oh, we're getting lots of monsters today. And another pirate ship. And from the east, please. The ship has its own hit points. It replaces your gold counter. They heal back up as you move. Anyway, so I let a whirlpool come along and take me, and when a whirlpool takes you, you wind up, you resurface in a place called Lock Lake. There's the wheel from the HMS Cape, which is a sunken ship. And in Lock Lake, where are we going from here? We're going back to Lord Bridges' castle. Yeah, we're going back to Hiflef. Lock Lake has the only access to a small village called Cove. You have to take a ship there. It's not the only way. We'll get there another way, but... the way you do it is you take a ship into a whirlpool. Now, because I was walking, the game still managed to provide me with a ship, which is what I was interested in finding out. And it did, so, whoops. That's what I want. Only 98 compassion. That's a shame. Easily fixable. Oh, because I haven't done... That's why, because I haven't done the skull yet. Alright! Like, why are my numbers so low? Oh yeah, I have that thing I have to do. What's the other thing? Yeah, 55, okay. 55 Valor. It's a pain. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the dungeon. We're going to go back into the altar rooms. We're going to use those stones we've been picking up. Yellow, orange, green, and white. It gives me one third part of the 3-part key. Head back over here. Do it again. Different stones this time. Blue, white, green, and purple. That is not how you spell purple. It also doesn't matter the order. We're going to leave here to the Dungeon Shame. and go to the final altar room, the Room of Courage. Red, orange, purple, and white. And scooch out of here, back into Hithloth, exit from Hithloth. And this is the balloon. I want to give big props to Phoenix 4, who figured out that we can actually drop the Skull of Mondain in the Abyss from the balloon. And this here's the Shrine of Humility. We're going to use the horn that we picked up earlier. Because if we don't, every time we move south, we get this. Demons. But it's okay. I'm going to spend some time here grinding. I poisoned myself too because demons can come along with a monster called a Balron. A Balron will try and put me to sleep, which is why I want to be poisoned. Oh my goodness. Please stop living, thank you. So every time we get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of demons, we meditate on humility. Another thing it's easy to forget, the Rune of Humility. If you don't have the rune, at least I sound okay between coughs. Yeah. If you don't have the rune, then you can't enter the shrine. The coughing sounds worse than it is, too. It's just the sound of my lungs trying to crawl their way out of my chest. It's alright. So we're going to take a step north and step back south, get more demons. So my Valor was at 55. When I dropped the skull into the Abyss, my Valor went up 10 points along with all my other virtues and went to 65. I need to get it to 99. By fighting evil creatures and winning fights against them, doesn't matter if I kill them or if they escape. I have to win the fight, though. I can't run away. I get 1 point of Valor about 50% of the time. It's a 50-50 chance every time. There's a little text that comes up when the battle ends. You might see it here. It says, victory. See there, it says, victory, then attacked by demon. So every time that victory text pops up, there's a 50-50 chance that I just gained a point of Valor. So I started at 65, I might have gained 16, which would put me at 85 less 4, 81, so I've still got a bunch more to check before I have to check. And if you're wondering why I pick up the treasure chests, this game has a limited space for entities on the map. Specifically, it's got 24 spots for entities on the map. That includes my horse, that includes my ship, that includes my balloon. If you if you run over that 24, it randomly deletes old entities for new entries in that chart. So by picking up the treasure chests the demons leave behind, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I make sure that the entity limit does not overflow, and say my ship doesn't randomly disappear. There's been a lot of work put into the routing to make sure we don't randomly lose ships. The other fun thing that we had to figure out was that the balloon, when you get it, when you leave the dungeon Hithloth from the surface, the balloon spawns, and it always spawns in the top slot of that entity list. That way, if it's out in the world somewhere, it comes back, so that you can't have multiple balloons. There are ways to get multiple balloons. We figured that out too, but it always spots in slot number 0. So if your ship happened to be the first thing that you've spawned on out of that list and is in slot number 0, your ship vanishes. And again, every one of us who's run this game has had that happen to them. It's like, oh, we forgot to leave a treasure chest somewhere. We forgot to leave a treasure chest out in the wild, so so we lost our ship. We've got to wait again. And the ship wait can take, like I said, my ship grind here was unbelievably fast. I've had it take thousands of moves and minutes of time. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's the major RNG stopping point of the game. Okay, Other thing you might notice, this doesn't seem particularly dangerous. I'm only fighting groups of 1 or 2 demons. Well, the limit... We're at 83. Okay, good. The enemy party limit is twice your party size. I only have 1 character. They can only ever appear in groups of up to 2. Particularly ornery demon, that one. Oh. Lounging is nice. I'm not used to playing with my laptop on my lap. I do also have to be aware of my experience. Though I've hit 4,700, which is more than enough. I haven't seen a single Balron. It's amazing. In 60 plus fights, I have not run across a Balron. Balrons are gray-winged. They're tougher. They make the screen flash as they try to put you to sleep. They cast all sorts of different spells at you. They're really obnoxious. $92. Okay, do another round. I thought it was running away already. Maybe you heard of my reputation. But yeah, again, it's an unfortunate fact of running RPGs that at some point you're going to have to grind. Because this is... if you just wander the world, your valor is going to go up, your experience is going to go up, and you'll find money. I don't actually need money for this route. Other than the money I spent to get reagents so that my my honesty could come back up, is where you need money to talk to the healer as well. But you don't need to spend money on healing. You could just heal yourself with magic. Where'd I get to? 96. We'll do one more loop here. And if it's not enough, I'll go to a bridge. There are trolls that live under bridges, and you can fight them for the same benefits. I wish I didn't need money, yeah. You and me both, Ellie. This is one of my favorite tracks. I need to write more, though. I've had these tracks since last November, I think, since I started doing Avernum speedruns. I wrote them for Avernum because that game has no music. Fantastic. Gate 3. Leave the balloon behind. Heal my poison. We're going to punch our way through the guards here. Dispel that field. This here is why you cannot win this game without using magic. I have worked on a low magic route, but not no. No magic is not possible. Unless we can find a way to glitch through these walls. I'm gonna jimmy this lock and open the door, and jimmy this lock and open this door, and talk to Jeffrey, who will join me. Thanks, Jeff. Make sure I got my points back. I did. And just go back out the way we came in. Still probably guards around who want to attack me. Nah, we're good. I'm gonna blink south from here and enter the Shrine of Valor. Thing is, the laptop's getting a little warm on the lap. Pardon me for having to move my microphone before I knocked it over. If I get the mantra wrong, I lose points in spirituality. And it will kick me out. Again, if you're playing the game normally, you'll have access to these shrines, and the shrines will give you clues as to how to increase your virtues if you meditate at them. Like the one for compassion says, give to the poor and don't kill non-evil creatures. Okay, we're going to gate travel to phase 5. Look over here. Enter the town of Minok. And we're going to go stand in a fire. Because the rune of sacrifice is there. Now I want Jeffrey to die. That doesn't seem very charitable of me, but I do. And we'll get Julia to join me, and I want her to die as well. Just faster. Get out of there, thank you. And here is the Shrine of Sacrifice. Next I'll go and do... Well, I'll walk back and do spirituality first, because that is at the double full moon. The moon gate that leads to itself. The moons actually move in a very predictable pattern. The second moon shifts about every 3 seconds, and the first moon every third time the second moon shifts. I do remember we're doing this for charity. Please feel free to donate. Ah, bridge trolls. This is why it's faster to have them dead. There goes Julia, and Jeffrey will follow shortly after. Thank you. All right. Check, make sure I've got enough steps done. Yeah. Quick, get in there! The same counter that the game uses to check for your Hawkwind, for whether or not you can get spirituality from Hawkwind, checks as to whether or not you can meditate at the shrines. So you have to let you have to let the hundreds digit of your step counter change. And I just realized, I might not have done that. Oh, pardon me. Okay, this is our 5th shrine. We got 3 more to do, because everything's in 8s. And we're going to cast Gate Travel, despite being on a moon gate. This is the town of Yu. We'll get Jana the Druid. Ignore the dead bodies, Jana. We're just going this way. And we will find the rune here with Vorpal, who is in my way. Thank you. And then the guard. And then it's a blink to the east and 2 blinks north. And just a little walk in here. And enter the Shrine of Justice. These nice little breaks are often where I just, on my streams, I'll run 30 seconds of ads, but it's just a little break in the game. A game about being contemplative and about thinking about the state of your own soul has these little built-in breaks in it, and I think that just makes a lot of good sense. Then we're going to head over here to the town of Britain. And we go here and grab the Rune of Compassion. And get the Bard YOLO. The town of Britain, yeah. And I mean, as we are raising money for a healthcare charity, it is a good thing to meditate upon compassion. In fact, this is a time in our world when we should be meditating on compassion. Since there seems to be a bit of a lack of compassion going around these days. So it's not a bad thing to think about how we can be more gentle, more kind, more helpful to our neighbors. Those visions we're getting are runes that represent letters. They form a password for the end of the game. Okay. There's the Candle of Love. And finally, head into Trinsic. Got our 6th party member, Dupre. Find the Rune of Honor. Get everyone poisoned. Another shout out to Phoenix 4 for finding this blink pattern, which drops us straight on the Shrine of Honor. And this will complete the little picture of the Ankh right here. This will be my 8th part partial avatar hood. And when you have 8 parts avatar, it opens up... Well, I mean, for one thing, you need to do that to beat the game. Otherwise, the final dungeon will just kick you out when you get to the end. Which is funny after you've gone all through all this strife and struggle to get all the way down to the bottom of this dungeon, just boots you out. So, no, you're not good enough. Same thing if you don't have a full party. It'll just say, no, you haven't shown leadership in all the virtues. But one of the other things this allows us to do is to find the Mystic Arms and the Mystic Armor. And as with all the major items, the Mystic Arms and Mystic Armor provide me 400 experience each. And I need it. That's my boat. So walking through the brush, sometimes you get slow progress. Walking through the hills, more often you get slow progress. Meant to represent how difficult it is to walk through those terrains. Still fleet? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. And that's where we're going. Serpent's Hold. Then we head back to the Dark Woods. Mystic Weapons. Well, it's unfortunately a sword, so it's not a ranged weapon. west, blink south. And this is Empath Abbey, the Castle of Love. How many gates have I got? 4. Lots. Okay, good. And this is where we find the Mystic Robes. And we will gate travel to 2, which is where Britain and Castle Britannia are. I do not want to punch Chuckles. I mean, I want to, but I don't, like, it's not good for my game if I do that. We talk to Lord British, get level 8, which is the maximum level. Please stop getting in my way. I don't want to punch you either. No matter how much I want to. And then we just leave here. Use a gate travel spell to gate 7, which is the town of Scarabray, where we will recruit Chamino, and we will buy food. Yep. We want just 60. Just give me all the food. There we go. If we run out of food, we start starving. And while that's not a terrible fate, these are the ruins of Magincia. While starving isn't a terrible fate, it is annoying, and it slows us down. Yep. And finally, make one last gate travel spell to phase 6. Blink south. Go get our boat. And doing well on pace in terms of turns. Less than 6,000 for this is good. Especially that quick boat really helped a lot. And Chamino passes out from poison. Finally, we're coming up on Pirate's Cove. When you enter into Pirate's Cove here, a bunch of pirate ships appear. And if the wind is from the north, it's just right that you can sail through them without getting attacked. And this is the final approach to the Abyss. You saw the Abyss once before when we sailed over it in the balloon. And threw the Skull of Mondain down into it. And here we use the bell. That's not how you spell bell. And it opens up the Abyss. The Great Stygian Abyss. The final dungeon. In this dungeon, only magic weapons can work. If I were to use a weapon that is not magical, it is guaranteed to miss. But I'm carrying a mystic sword, so we're all good. If I wanted a ranged weapon, for a wizard or for a mage, I would have to go and get a magic wand. Oops. Give me a sec. This. 1, 2, cast sleep. Cast an energy field. The poison field overwrites the sleep field. And I can walk through very easily. Forgot I was using the sword. Hit the wrong button and cast a type of energy that doesn't exist. And out we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Use a stone. Honesty. Blue. Descend. Now we go east. Eke out the Hydras. And there's our first Balrongs. They will put me to sleep if I'm not careful. We'll be seeing a bunch of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Use a stone. Compassion. It is yellow. And then we go through here. And this is our first point of rest. I can heal myself. Take a few turns to recover my magic points. We'll step around the center square so we don't have to fight those demons. Use a stone. Valor, red, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast Undead and then Tremor. So the way Undead works is it makes undead monsters, gives a chance of trying to run away. The game doesn't have an afraid status, so it just reduces their hit points to the point they would run away. And the way the tremor spell works is, again, it's got a chance. Any enemy that has fewer than some arbitrary number of hit points, it's like 224 or something. If you got fewer than 224 hit points, there's a 1 in 4 chance it will do nothing, a 1 in 4 chance it will kill it outright, and a 2 in 4 chance that it will reduce it to low enough hit points that it will try and run away. Okay, ready to go. I will warn you, if you are sensitive to flashing lights, the next room is the worst room in the game. It is full of Reapers, which will try and put you to sleep. So these flashes that you're seeing from the Balrons, just a lot more of them. Okay. We can ignore that treasure chest. I mean, there's actually a lot of treasure in the Abyss, but, like, why would you ever go for it? This is the end of the game. Okay, if the flashing lights bothers you, they are finished. You'll still see occasional little bits of them, but not like that. Little spot to rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trolls. I'm getting trolled. Game is trolling me in my final dungeon here. Sacrifice. Orange. We go 1, 2, 1, 1. And we're going to mix some tremors because I can't mix one in combat. And then head east. This is a maze, a maze of rooms. That is the only place you can enter the maze of rooms and still get through it. Yes, those are storms. Yes, I can kill them. Tremor. Tremor. Break open the walls. Again, you cannot pass this without using magic. I do a low magic run. In fact, I do 2 different low magic runs. I haven't actually recorded a time for them yet, but I've routed them and I've tested them. I do one where I use only 12 spells and another where I use only 9, using glitches to get past some of the rooms. Expect to see them at marathon submissions near you. Going north and then west. Ignore that treasure chest. If you step on that treasure chest, it surrounds you with force fields, making it impossible to get out. And if you don't have any dispels ready, you are literally soft locked. The game has to be reset at that point. Undead. Tremor. Secret door. Now we go north. Go this way, Tremor. Didn't do very good. And we're done with floor 7. 1, 2. Bottom floor. Deke out the Balron. Run away. Tremor. Lava lizards being annoying. I don't want to chase them into the fire, because lava hurts. There we go. I gotta walk there, and then over this here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Check my magic, check. I've got lots of heals left. Tremor! Companion room, where you face down the same creatures that are in your own party. Last room in the game coming up. It's pretty mean, but it's not uncompletable. And we're going to go in it, and we are going to do some damage. Here we go. Quickness. Tremor. 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 Fine. Be that way. Tremor has failed me. I need to step on the treasure chest to open secret doors. Now it opened it opened the way out in the top. And then it also opened that panel there that I stepped on. Yeah, they were pretty bad tremors. And then finally, that panel opens this exit here, which will then start the final quiz. You need the key of 3 parts. You need the word of passage. And then it gives you a quiz on the virtues. I can preload my answers because the game buffers up to 16 inputs, which means that in typing them in, they immediately come out on the first possible frame. We are getting close to time, by the way. We're question 4, or question 5, I guess. This is question 6 of 9 and 4, 13. This is question 7, yeah, of 13. And it will tell me I know the virtues, which I should hope so. Wrong one. Shoot. I answered the wrong thing. Ah! And I hit enter, so it's going to tell me, yeah. Your focus, your thoughts are not pure. Truth is real. If you get 3 answers wrong, it kicks you out to the surface. Okay, one more question. And when the word infinity appears, it is time. And time. There we go. And I usually go to the end to look at a step count, but what it tells you is you get the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom. It tells you all sorts of neat things. And then you wake up back at home, and you still have the Ankh with you. And under 7,000 steps. That is a good count. That's an excellent time count. Thank you for the GG's chat. Thank you for having me. I hope to be back this evening with The Bard's Tale and Ultima 3. Thank you for having me, Fleetfest. Ali, you're doing a great job, so hopefully the rest of the marathon continues to go well, and I look forward to hearing it.
Alrighty, thank you so much.